In the quiet village of Amuru, life followed the rhythm of the seasons, the drumbeats of tradition, and the whispers of the ancestors. But one fateful night, everything changed. A dust storm descended on the village, unlike any storm they had seen before. The winds howled like restless spirits, swirling red and gold sand that choked the air and veiled the moon. In the heart of the storm, in a small hut lit by the flicker of an oil lamp, a woman named Obianuju cried out in labor. The village midwife, an elderly woman with knowing eyes, hovered over her. She murmured prayers to the gods, beads jangling around her wrist as she walked. Outside, villagers huddled together, their faces pale with fear. Dust storms were rare, and this one felt like a message from the ancestors, a warning. When the child's cry finally pierced the air, the storm fell silent. The villagers froze. Inside the hut, Obianuju held her baby close, her breath catching as she stared at the child's face. The girl's eyes glowed faintly, like embers hidden in ash. The midwife stepped back, her expression unreadable. "This child," she said in a low voice, "is not ordinary. She carries both blessing and curse." Word spread quickly. They called her Nkemdilim, "Let my legacy stand." But the whispers in the village twisted her name, calling her the daughter of dust. Nkemdilim grew up under the weight of those whispers. The villagers avoided her, their eyes wary whenever she passed. They claimed the dust storm of her birth had cursed their lands. Children refused to play with her, and even the animals seemed skittish in her presence. On one such day, Nkemdilim sat alone beneath the sprawling branches of the Udola tree, her favorite refuge. The tree was old, its roots curling like ancient fingers into the earth. Nkemdilim stared at the ground, tracing patterns in the dirt with a stick. She heard laughter and turned to see a group of children playing nearby. They chased one another, their colorful clothes bright against the green grass. But when one of them glanced her way, he stopped and pointed. The others followed his gaze, their laughter dying as they whispered among themselves. "Don't go near her," a woman called to the children, pulling her son away. "She'll bring you bad luck." Nkemdilim's chest tightened, but she didn't cry. She had learned long ago that her tears would solve nothing. Only one person in the village treated her differently, Chibueze, the son of a poor farmer. Where others saw a curse, Chibueze saw a friend. He was the only one who dared to sit with her, to laugh with her, and to defend her when others spoke ill of her. One evening, as the sun dipped low, they sat by the river. The water sparkled in the golden light, and the air was alive with the hum of insects and the occasional splash of fish. Chibueze reached into his bag and pulled out a small wooden toy, carved into the shape of a bird. "I made this for you," he said, holding it out. Nkemdilim looked at him, her eyes wide with surprise. She took the toy, running her fingers over its smooth surface. "Thank you," she whispered. "You don't have to listen to them," Chibueze said, his voice firm. "They don't know you like I do." Nkemdilim smiled, a rare moment of lightness in her otherwise lonely world. But the peace between the two friends was fleeting. Trouble brewed in Amuru. Chief Ikena, a rival to Nkemdilim's father, Ezeudo, saw an opportunity in the villagers' fear. He spread rumors that Nkemdilim's birth was a punishment for Ezeudo's sins, a sign that his reign was cursed. In his darkened hut, lit only by the glow of a single torch, Ikena schemed. Maps and charms lay scattered across the table before him, and an ancestral mask hung on the wall, its hollow eyes watching. "We will use their fear," Ikena said to his men, his voice low and sharp. "The girl is their weakness. Through her, we will destroy Ezeudo." Nkemdilim, meanwhile, began having dreams, vivid, haunting dreams. She saw herself walking through swirling dust, a voice calling her name. One night, she followed that voice. In her dream, she stood in a vast, glowing plain, surrounded by symbols carved into the ground. A figure emerged from the dust, its form shifting like smoke. It was a woman, her voice deep and resonant. "You carry the weight of your father's mistakes," the spirit said. "His betrayal has cursed your bloodline, but you, daughter of dust, have the power to break it." Nkemdilim woke with a start, her heart pounding. The words of the spirit echoed in her mind. At dawn, the village prepared for war. Ikena had gathered his forces, and Ezeudo's warriors stood ready to defend their land. But it was Nkemdilim who stood at the forefront, her staff glowing faintly in her hand. From that day on, the daughter of dust was remembered not for the storm of her birth but for the strength of her spirit, a legacy that would stand for generations.